Alright guys, today's the day. We're going to put this Dillon together. I'm so excited to put the 750 together and start cranking that handle. So we're going to get into it, go step by step on setting it up, and we'll get jiggy with it. So stay tuned. Alright, first off what we're going to do is we're going to look at this Getting to Reload pamphlet, and then there is the system assembly instructions. So pretty much tell you the exact same stuff as the get ready thing. So we're going to go off the get ready thing for first, and so on the front cover is all the pages with the parts that you're going to need. So there's like the low primer, the chute, case feed, the case feed mount, primer pickup tube, sack pack, bins, adapters, the handle. You have your manual over here. You've got your spent primer stuff and your powder measure and an empty conversion kit box. So we're going to unload everything and get it all ready, and we're going to start by mounting up the press, but we're not going to mount it on the regular mount. We're going to put it on the strong mount, so we'll get jiggy with it. Alright guys, so I saved us some of the hassle. I opened up the strong mount kit, which is part of the upgrade kit that I ordered for the Dillon 750. So I opened it up and I kind of pre-staged all my hardware. So to mount the press itself to the legs of the strong mount, we're going to use these short bolts with a washer and a lock nut, just like that. So yep, we got that. We have 4 of those. And then to mount the mount itself to the bench is another long bolt with a washer, a fender washer, and another lock nut. So we have 4 of those and 4 of the short ones. And then it also comes with 3 cap screws and lock nuts to do the cartridge chute on the side of the mount. So that'll get assembled after we get the press on the mount, and then get the mount mounted to our bench. So when we come back, we're gonna have the press mounted up onto the strong mount, and then we'll get it marked, and then we'll drill it for the bench top. So I'll get at it and we'll bring it back after that's done. Alright, so as you can see, we have the 750 mounted up on the strong mount here. So the next step is to put on the cartridge chute right here. So that's going to get put on these 3 holes right here. So we're going to go ahead and install those real quick, super simple, just the lock nut and the cap screw. So that's a hex as well. So I'm going to get that mounted up, and that'll be pretty easy. So alright, so that's installed. One thing I will say about these instructions is I wish that Dillon would put the tools that you need on the top of the instructions, so you don't have to go digging through your stuff to then find like your 4mm Allen wrench and an 11mm wrench just to put on things onto the press. So I know we're a little ahead of the game, but I put the handle on just to make sure I have clearance for when I'm going to now. The next step is mount this thing onto the bench. So I'm going to finish installing the roller handle just so I can get that done, so then I can make sure I've got clearance on the bench. So no big deal for that. So all right, when we come back, I'll have the holes marked and drilled, and then we'll just bolt this thing on together. Alright guys, so I went ahead, I mounted I finished the handle, I marked the holes and drilled them. So that's all set up, ready to go for the press. So now we will finish with installing the rest of the upgrade kit, which is adding the bullet tray on the other side of the press. So to that, and then it'll be pretty fun. Move on to the next step. Alright, now we can see as we got the bullet tray all installed right here to put our bullets right here into the press. Super awesome. Making sure that the handle goes all the way down and stays on the down position with the ram all the way up. Down here. And see, we can bring it back down. No issue, and I can easily see the primer with that. So everything's looking good so far. So we're on to the next step of moving on. So it'll be awesome. So I'll get the next step set up and we'll show it to you. Alright, now that we followed the next step in the instructions, I had to install this cartridge chute from the back of here. So it just bolts in here. I kind of wish that Dillon would tell you to install that kind of first when you're putting it on the strong mount or when you're mounting it to the bench, so you don't have to undo your screws or your bolts here to then put this back on. So I'm just order of operations, but yep, that's what we did next. And then we're going to go ahead and work on getting the case feed rod set up, because I already have the spent primer cup chute right here, like that. So that's already installed, so we're on to the next thing. So getting that case feed tube set up and all that crap. Alright, now that we've got everything situated, I took the case feed tube right here, and it came with bolts and like an adapter here and a nut that I need to then screw into the top and the bottom of it through the body of the press. This, so shouldn't take too much to get these going. Looks like another maybe 11 millimeter. Oh, awesome. So get that going, nice and tight. Pretty simple, really. I think everything with Dillon. Oh, that'd be kind of dumb. That's silly. Because the completed cartridge chute blocks this, so they shouldn't have you install it prior to getting this post on, in my opinion. Because it just seems like counterintuitive, because now I'm gonna have to fight to get this on. So I'll get that done and I'll bring you back at it. Alright guys, now we've come to the part where we got the rod on for the case feeder that will hopefully be coming from Dillon pretty soon. It's the last thing on my order, so that'll be coming soon. I just got the tube installed with 9mm specific tube feed. Got the roller handle. Like I said, everything's installed so far except for working on the dies and the priming system. So on this video, this is where we're going to leave it off for now, and then we'll have a part 2 when setting up the dies and getting the machine all dialed in. So stay tuned for that, guys. Until next time, remember, get out, do the things.